Hey everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make apple puree. So I want to show you a really quick, really easy apple puree recipe that I have. Matt and I got some apples for free a few weeks ago and they've been sitting in our fridge. We haven't had a chance to eat them. So instead of letting them go to waste, I've turned them into this delicious apple puree. So it's quick. It only takes about 20 minutes to make. It's really easy, it's really cheap, particularly if you get apples for free. And I'm going to show you how I make it, so come along for the ride. I also have to say, I'm sorry that I'm such a hot mess. I see all these YouTubers that put makeup on and get really beautifully dressed. And here's me just on my bed, right before I'm about to edit a video, just giving you a quick intro. I wish I could be that organized, I'm just not. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So I have 10 apples that I have peeled and roughly chopped. I've just chopped them into small pieces. You don't have to be too careful about it. Just chop them up however you like. I don't know why apple puree is so expensive for the amount that you actually get. If you can get your own apples, this is really cheap and really easy to make. You can keep it in the fridge, serve it however you like to serve applesauce. You can serve it with yogurt, with pork, with fruit, however you like to serve it. We're going to get started and make this. Like I said, I've got 10 apples in here. This is going to come together really quickly. I actually got this recipe from my mum's home economics cookbook, and in that recipe, it was for 1 apple, and I've just scaled it up. So if you want to make more than 10 apples or less than 10 apples, you can just scale it up and down as you need to. So I have about 3/4 of a cup of just water, and I'm going to pour that in. I have 1/2 cup of sugar. I have 50 grams of unsalted butter. And I have 1/2 a lemon that I have peeled. So you just want to have the peel. I've just got strips of peel in here from about 1/2 a lemon, between 1/2 and 3/4 of a lemon. So I'm just going to add that as well. What we're going to do is turn on the heat, and we are going to allow the apples to slow cook over a period of time, probably about 20 minutes, half an hour, until they really have become tender and moist and are just falling apart. So once I get to that point, I'm going to bring you back and I'm going to show you how we finish off the apple puree. While we're waiting for the apples to cook, this is the cookbook that I'm referring to. This was printed in 1976 and my mum was in 4th form, so I think that would have been year 8 or 9 when she was using this book. She has used it extensively. I have used it extensively. There are no pictures in this book. There are a few not caricatures, illustrations, but there are actually no pictures. So this has been a great book. So if you ever find this in a secondhand store or you're looking for it online, I'd really recommend this cookbook. I've been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes. All the butter is nicely melted, the sugar's dissolved, so we are just going to let these cook slowly until the apples are nice and mushy, and we can stir them into a sauce and have them nice and pureed. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull out the lemon pieces that I have in here. Now, you'll see that my apples are delicious and really nice and soft. I'm going to... it's up to you whether you want a little bit of texture in your puree. Well, that doesn't really make it a puree, but you know what I mean. Or you can blend these down to make it really super smooth. So I'm going to go somewhere in the middle because I can't be bothered. You can stick a hand blender in here, or you can, I'm just going to use a potato masher to get a really nice soft puree. I've turned the heat off because enough of the water has evaporated. I think there are a few more pieces of lemon in here that I want to get rid of. Now, adding that lemon cuts a lot of the sweetness from the sugar and the natural sugar from the apples, and you of course can actually decide how much sugar you want to put in there. So I always put the full amount because I like that, but you can decide to not put any sugar and rely on the natural sweetness of the apples, or you can halve it or quarter it or whatever you want to do. So I've just got my handy dandy potato masher here, and I'm just going to go ahead and mash up all of those apples until we get a nice puree. And this isn't very hard to do because the apples are just so tender. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will have the ingredients for how to make this down in the description box. And I'll see you next time. Bye!